Hi guys, welcome to Di Di's Crafty Corner. For this month's Oh So Inspired video hop, we were inspired by cards created by Noreen Hope. I will leave her blog post below so you can see her images, but for my inspiration piece, I'm going to be using the Stampendous Timeless Rose, some Ranger silver embossing powder, and Versamark to start off my process. So I've gone ahead and stamped out my card base here, and I've cut it in half on a diagonal. So I'm going to be coloring only one half of this card with my distress markers. And I'm going to just cut through and show you the end results here in a minute, but I thought I would go ahead and tell you the colors that I use for the leaves. So for all of the green that I did in this partial cut floral piece, I used Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, peeled paint, and just a tad bit of forest moss. So I started off by getting my paper wet. I'm using Ranger watercolor paper, the smooth side, and I'm getting it wet so it has a little whale of water, a little well of water in between those embossed sections, and that's going to give me a little movement. Now I'm going in kind of dry. I'm not really making this very wet. I did that because I didn't want to chance my paint running out. I wanted my background to be crisp and white on the top, and then I'm going to add some speckles on the bottom piece where I leave the floral part of the image white. So I'm going in with my lightest color paint, and then I'll go to my next color and then my next color, and I will keep doing that until I get the leaves to look the way I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead now and show you what it looks like when I'm finished with the green watercoloring with the distress markers, and then we'll start the pink. Okay, so you can see what it looks like now. So I've just added all those colors. We're going to let it dry really good, and then at the end I might add a little bit more dark green. So now we're going to go ahead and get the flower part of this wet. So we're going to go ahead and mark out our colors that we're going to be using with the distress. I put down 3 different colors. I only actually used 2. So for this I put out Worn Lipstick and Spun Sugar and Picked Raspberry. I did not use the Picked Raspberry. Once I put down the second color, which was Worn Lipstick, I just kind of fell in love with the look and stopped. That's as far as I went. Originally I was going to add that darker pink in the very darkest sections of this watercolor, but I just really loved the way it looked. So I started off with a very soft wash of the Spun Sugar and left some white area in there as well, and then I went ahead and went in with the Worn Lipstick and darkened it up, and then I went in and added a little bit more of the Spun Sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right now and show you what it looked like once I got towards the end. Okay, so this is what it looked like after my first round of those colors. I'm coming back in now and doing a second layer of both of the colors just to give it a little more dimension. So I'm going in with the Spun Sugar, and I'm going to lighten, go over those white, the areas where I left white, and I'm going to soften them back into pink. And then I'm going to go in with the Worn Lipstick and darken up those areas a little bit more, still leaving just a little bit of the light pink showing through. And I thought this was so beautiful. I absolutely, as I was doing it, I just loved the effect. I loved how it looked, and I just remembered how much I loved working with my distress markers for watercolor. They're just gorgeous. They absolutely gorgeous every time. So I'm going to go ahead and speed to the end so you can see how it looks when it's done. I'll show you the speckling, and then we'll get the card put together. And that's how the pink turned out. So here I'm adding a little bit of that darker green and mixing in a little water just to make it soften up a little bit, just to give it a little more kick of dark green. I've cut out a mask, and I'm just applying it with some Tombow repositionable tape on the bottom, and then I'm going to take the same colors that I've used on this project, and I'm going to just splatter. I'm going to splatter all the colors in little spats all over the bottom section of this card. So I'm going to splatter the greens and then the pinks, and I'm going to leave the flower portion completely white, and I'm going to add those little droplets of water on the background of this card, and that's going to be my split card. Like I said, I didn't make 2 cards out of this because I wanted to try the technique 3 times, if you will. I tried it on I'll show you the cards at the end, but one I didn't really care for, the other one I did like, and then this one of course was my favorite. So I'm releasing it, and that's what it looks like. You can see the little speckles in the background, and then we're going to go ahead and get it joined together. I'm going to put a piece of foam, fun foam, on the back of it, and that's just going to pop it up on the card. I'm using a piece of pink cardstock and a normal 5.5 by 4.25 card base of Neenah 110-pound cardstock. I'm using my art glitter glue to glue it all down, and that is going to complete this card. I had such a fun time creating this, and I think that this pink card especially is just beautiful. I love the idea of having a card, you know, this isn't exactly what she did, needless to say, but I love the idea of having it partially colored and the other half completely left plain. I just think it's brilliant. I think it's beautiful, elegant, and I love the way this card turned out. As I said, for this particular card, I did do 3 other cards. I will show them to you right now. Ta-da! That middle card is the one I did not like. This one I kept it, cut it in half, and layered it up on one side, and the other one I did in reds and blues on the bottom. Like I said, I didn't much care for it, and this one was my favorite. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to go over and check out all the participants and hop along with us if you would like. All the information is below, and don't forget to go on over and visit Alicia. She is our host. Call me Crafty Al, and tell her I said hi. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.